Hello everyone, welcome back to the lab. I know it's been almost 2 weeks since my last upload to the channel. I guess before I start today's video, me give everyone a quick update of what happened the past 2 weeks. Um, as everyone, well, most people were expecting, the weekly report was still going. I didn't stop it, but it was at a relatively awkward spot because like everyone know, 2 weeks ago, or about 2 weeks ago, we had a Forbidden Limited Banless update, but the whole banless was not effective until technically today, February 7th, the Monday. And then it put the lab report into a relatively, well, the meta report into a relatively awkward spot because well, the banner, everyone want to play the new banner list, but all the tournaments I can get are from the old banner list. But at the same time, there's also the Brave cards, but also the Brave cards are delayed in some regions. Like I still haven't got mine. I just didn't try to get it. So it's a kind of awkward spot for the past 2 or maybe even 3 weeks weekly report. But besides that, I myself also got a little bit sick due to my COVID shot, like last week or the week before. Yeah, well, whatever. And also at the same time last week it was Chinese New Year, so I just decided to take a small break, which this past weekend's report, I'm still working on it, and I'll probably just make a update in the incoming couple of days with the data from all three past weekends, and then that will probably conclude the Burst of Destiny format, and then we will be heading to the Battle of Chaos season with the new balance, Brave and the Battle of Chaos, and then everything. So that's essentially what happened to the channel, to myself, a little bit update. So as you see in today's video title, I'm making kind of more deck profile for Master Duel today, just to compensate the lack of video uploads in the past week. Yeah, I got like quite a few people, a lot of players in either Discord or my comment section from my old either Drytron video, Dragon video, or just Master Duel video in general. It's being requested for me to upload a little bit like Master Duel kind of deck profiles, mainly Drytron and Dragon Link. So I guess I'll do one. I'll do the Drytron one first today, and probably in the incoming day or the day after make the Dragon Link one as well. So I guess we're hopping to Master Duel. I got to Plat 1 last month, but I was using different decks. Oh god, the game's loading. Alright, cool. Yeah, I got to Plat 1 last month. Where is it? Okay, it was in ranked, I think. Just to show everyone, I did it. Probably don't matter too much. Match history. Yeah, I got to Plat 1. This month, I barely started. As I said, I was not feeling too good the past week, so I didn't really play too much at all. And then, well, the last month to Plat 1, I was using like kind of 3 different decks just to play around. Also, I was at the beginning, so it wasn't too much. I've seen a lot of people showing their datas. There's anyone would be interested, but total, where is it? Oh, is it standard duel? Yeah, standard duel. See this number. I heard other people. I also heard from other source. This is actually not like an accurate number of wings or loss, whatever, because if you surrender, it actually doesn't register into because it's not finished. So it actually doesn't register here, and then well, a lot of people do surrender just to save time, myself included sometimes. So yeah, so overall, like this ratio of number of the standard duel, which is rank, and number of the rank win you have, it's not entirely accurate, which I guess I should stop talking about it. But overall, let me hop into my Drytron list, as most people would be interested about today's video. And then it's here is the list. It's relatively standard, as I would say. I haven't changed it for. I think I finished the deck in like the first week of the game release, and then I haven't changed anything since then. It's working pretty well. Here's the stars Drytron cards. Standard, standard for me, 3-3-1 for Drytron ratio, 3 alpha, 3 zeta, 1 gamma, 1 delta. I mean, as Master Duel is more like an OCG based format, this is relatively a standard ratio, at least from OCG, completely different than a lot of people played in TCG, where they max out like almost all the Drytrons. And then fairy wise, there are 3 orange, and I only play 2 diviner, as well as 1 Ava. Ritual monster being 3 Ben 10, 1 Natasha, 1 perfection. So these are the total fairy lineup. I don't play 3 diviner because diviner is a relatively there's 3 Ben 10 in the deck already, so there isn't too much need for diviner to be as a starter compared to our TCGS, which is a big difference. And then with 3 Ben 10, Eda 10 is completely not needed. You just do everything that with Ben 10 it's good enough. And then I cut Draconite as something that's I just don't think I need it. Just don't feel like, just don't think so. And then 3 Ash. I guess we'll put 3 Ash away for now. We'll just talk about the engine first, and after that, why there's some relatively weird ratio. Then the Drytron spell, the ritual, the 2 rituals, 2 emergency, 2 nova, 1 foolish. As if you've been watching my Drytron profiles, you know this is the standard ratio for me. And I heavily disagree of anyone playing 3-3, especially for Master Duel format. I'll talk about the reason in a minute. And then 3 pre-prep, the best card, literally the strongest card in the whole deck, has to be 3. Then 2 prep, there's 3 Ben 10, so 2 prep is enough. Then 2 pot, that's also relatively, I guess let me finish. Then 2 call by, 2 droplet. So why there's a lot of weird ratio in the deck being, 2 nova to some people, 2 pot, and other thing. Some of the reason with these weird 2s, like 2 diviner, 2 prep, is due to their 3 Ben 10s. So the total number of Ben 10s is still higher than TCG compared even if I'm running 2 of each. Then pots. This is a card that people say if you play 3, which not entirely true in every possible single situations. What is Drytron really losing to in Master Duel? There's relatively almost no draws, or very few draws, to a point I'll say there's none in rank. Therefore, the only thing that can single-handedly stopping your Drytron combo while you are going first is your opponent's max E resolving, which is essentially what how the OCG format is built on. It's like as a combo player, it's really just how much you can play into maxi or how much you can prevent maxi happening. And then if you based on that assumption, pot is a good card against Droll because Droll can only be activated after pot. So you can absolutely use pot to grab whatever either combo piece you're missing that you can play into Droll, or whatever like orange or call by that you can grab to answer Droll afterwards. Maxi is different. Whoever, average good player, see having a Maxi in their hand, see you activate pot, they will 100% just straight Maxi on the pot, because the chance of you getting an answer to Maxi through the pot is relatively higher. And even if they Maxi and they just the Drytron side just straight pass, or whoever activated the pot side is straight pass, it's still fine. You stop their turn. Using the -1 to stop their turn with Maxi, still worth it for how fast-paced the current game is. Therefore, Pod is actually not a card against Maxi, not like an insert to Maxi, because Maxi would just be chained to it for obvious reason. And then, as you see, I max out, well, not actually max out, but I have 3 orange, 3 ash, 2 call by, 8 cards as my answer to Maxi that can straight stop it. Then there's 8 out of 40, which is 1/5. Means I'm expecting to see at least one of them in my opening hand in average. Simple math. Don't go too deep in that. I'm not that good at statistics, but that's the simple math. And then because of that, if you activate Pot and got a combo piece, but you got Maxi resolved already, then it's worthless. So Pot is at 2. 2 is fun. But Pot is still overall a very good card in the whole deck, as like I do have a relatively fewer ratio of something. Like if I specifically want a diviner, and I would rather play the third Pot instead of the third diviner, if I feel needed. But then that's 2 Pot. Nova, 2 Nova. Honestly, I even thought about playing 1 Nova, because Nova, among all the Drytron cards, like Nova is arguably the worst Drytron card in this format. Why? Because if you activate any other Drytron card, maybe besides Gamma, if you activate like Alpha, Zeta, even Delta, or even Emergency or Foolish, and you got responded by a Maxi, you at least resolve the first Drytron card. You either grab the card of Alpha, draw the card of Delta, or other thing. I mean, your opponent's not gonna Maxi on an Emergency, or they'll just Maxi after when you activate your Drytrons. And then if you put into the situation with Nova, you activate Nova, you opponent Maxi here. Now your Drytron is sitting on the board, hasn't resolved yet, hasn't benefited something yet, and it's gonna blow up at the end phase. And in order for you to even use it at that point, you have to link into Linkable and then activate it from graveyard. So in order to do the same thing with any other Drytrons, you giving your opponent 2 extra cards because Maxi existing. Therefore, Nova is actually like, well, also in addition to as how I played in TCG, it's a hard once per turn, and it can be easily replaced by any other Drytron. Like, I'd rather play the third Emergency over the third Nova. Then, so yeah, this is literally like, I would say if this is your starting Drytron card, like out of all the Drytrons in the deck, like Nova and Gamma are probably the worst one. Gamma at least like make you do something on the board. Nova just straight, it's just so replaceable by any other Drytron names. Like this can be replaced by Emergency, which is doing better, since there are more Maxi than draws, and then so on and so far. Like Foolish is just the better one here, because you can occasionally even Foolish Ava if needed. So that's why there's only 2 Nova, and if I need to cut anything, or if there, for example, is a siding in the future, and I'm still playing the deck, and then Nova will be the first Drytron card I side out of all the Drytrons. So that's it. And then 2 call by. Well, for the Maxi talk about it. Crossout is another card. It's a Q one. I played it at the very beginning because I want to play Maxi, and I haven't done it for a while. But at the end, Crossout isn't that great of card, because Crossout, in order to play Crossout, there has to be also Maxi in your deck, right? And at that point, the deck is getting a little bit like much bigger, if that's the case. Also, Crossout can pretty much only do Maxi and Ash, which occasionally, there's a Nibiru happening or something. And any of these cards you draw, like Crossout is really just not efficient to run if the answer is only 2 Maxi. And also, these are more non-engine cards. Like, you're not gonna lower the amount of Ash or call by for Crossout, but if you put Crossout in addition to it, then there's way too many non-engine cards, you're gonna start bricking these things. And I think Droplet, like, I wanna play the third Droplet, but I can't really find spaces for anything. Like, this is very, very tight already for whatever thing that. Also, I played this at the very relatively earlier stage of last month, so there wasn't that many higher level Drytrons. At the point where I went to a higher rank plat, so droplet wasn't feel needed, and even I do in a game where um droplet might be very good to have. I occasionally just be able to play into it because I still have like my 3 orange, 3 ash, and just play into the board naturally. So yeah, and why that has to be the pre-prep version of the deck? Why people say this is the better or the best version of Drytron is because with pre-prep you can use your first special summon to put perfection on the board. So even your opponent max you, you give them 1 card while setting up arguably 2-3 negates already. Like with just pre-prep into Dawn with perfection, you have the ability to just summon one, just use one summon and still be a decent board to start opponent. This is why this is the best build, best route of the Drytron deck, in my opinion, for at least the current Master Duel. Then, not side, extra deck is relatively the same. What's Diviner targets, these 3. Because Ash exists in the deck now for anti-maxi purpose, I've done normal summon Ash and just synchro summon with Drytron into Arclight and link away Arclight for like an IP and do things. Which is cute, which can happen, and I think I might have a replay if I can find it. And then standard exceeds. Why it's Fucho here? Well, see, your boy is a little bit tight in all the gym or whatever materials. This Nightingale is a super, and Fucho is a rare, so you get my reason. But ideally, if you're not like me who want to build like 5-6 different decks, then go and just only want to put resources into one deck. Yeah, go make this. Or you already build like a little less Tri Brigade. Well, yeah, you already have it. So if you have Nightingale will be the better one, slightly better. But Fucho is the cheaper one, so that make it my choice in the deck. Oh yeah, also the deck does have a lot of ultras and supers, so yeah. Also, you see I am max rarity of all my commons and rares. Well, why not? Not like, well, I'm finished, but then links. The only links I did want to try, but I failed to do so, or I just feel unnecessary, is Union Carrier. Well, it's banned for a reason, but it's not needed for at least my build because I'm only playing 1 Ava. One Ava, in my opinion, is enough. Because pre-prep, like especially Dawn of the Hell, generates you many more fairies in your hand at the end. Therefore, 2 Ava isn't needed, and 2 Ava increase the chance you naturally draw Ava and break you. Therefore, like I usually just search the Ava in my turn 1 and have almost no fairy left in the deck. Therefore, the second Ava even have it won't be able to resolve anyway. And then there are other cool thing you equip Ava from the deck and tribute it. I just search the Ava instead, so I barely need it. And then having 6 fairy is no difference than having 8 fairies at the end of the combo if your opponent is just gonna scoop at the 3rd or 4th one. So yeah, that's pretty much. And I think there isn't too many things in the extra deck. The rest is just standard. There's nothing. I do have access code, but for some reason on rank, I just like to OTK people with War Sword. That's it. That's pretty much it. War Sword and access code are pretty the same thing, well, most of the time. So yeah, this is essentially the Drytron deck that some people requested in my comment section, so might as well do a video about it. Let me see if I can find the replay that I mentioned earlier. Was what in rank? What was it? This guy? This guy? Let me think. Can I fast forward it? Do I have to weigh everything or just load it? Yeah, my hands were weird because Alpha Foolish is the only two Drytron card that you actually don't combo. No matter what, it doesn't full combo. So what I did is some tricky play is just go Gamma, and then Gamma bring Alpha back, normal summon Ash into Arclight, then I'll link Gamma Arclight into IP. This will send Arclight to graveyard and trigger, grab my Ben 10. And since my Alpha still hasn't activated, I'll be able to Alpha tribute the Ben 10, summon it back, grab another Ben 10 of Alpha, then grab Ava of Ben 10. And then link the Alpha into Linkable. So this essentially turned, my shitty hand into an okay, acceptable, like, mid board that can follow pretty well next turn. There's an IP into Unicorn, and then there's Alpha Zeta in my graveyard with, well, thanks to 3 Bentens. And then there is, because I naturally open 2 orange, grabbing the Ava means I have up to 3 orange if I want to throw everything to my opponent. And I think, the rest are just kind of boring. I'll just explain it. I think my opponent was playing Invoke, he normal Alistair, I negated, and he had an Invocation, and then I think I find a way to negate and destroy his Makava, and then the turn after I just OTK him with my Drytron Graveyard. That's it. That's pretty much it. Where do I quit this? And the replay. Yep. So yeah, it's some cool things you can technically do in with my Drytron list specifically, or hopping there for in case anyone's still wondering. So that's it. That's for the Drytron list, and I'll probably do a Dragon Link profile video in the incoming days, as well as the. Well, I guess the weekly reports for the past 3 weeks are going to be coming in a few days. So, if you're interested, stay tuned in the channel, and then if you feel this is helpful, comment down. Let me know what you think. Let me know your feedbacks. If you tried the list, let me know how well or how bad it's doing, and then I will try to keep the channel more alive after my short break is over, and then hopefully provide interesting things to everyone. So that being said, welcome back to the lab, and I'll see everyone next time. See ya!